Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live watch along on the channel for Manchester United versus Cadiz CF. I'm actually quite excited for this game. Ooh, just got the lineups disappeared. I'm actually quite excited for this game. We haven't seen Man United in such a while. Although it's a game with mostly academy players and a friendly, I'm very excited for this game in the sense of we'll see Martial, we'll see Garnacho, we'll see Donny, we'll see Iqbal, we'll see McTominay, Brandon Williams is back at it. I think, we get to see some academy players. You look on the bench here. Mark Gerardo Gomez is a player when I've watched the under-18s really impressed me last season. Charlie Savage, we're obviously familiar with. Isaac Hanson Aaron, the guy with the crazy tattoos, but he's very good. Daniel Gore, very, very good player. Kobe Mainoo for me. So Kobe Mainoo for me is the most talented guy in our academy. We're kind of familiar with the likes of Shulathiri, McNeil and Hugo, but for me, Kobe Mainoo is a baller as well. And I'm really excited for today's game because not only will we see some of the first teamers, not only will we get to see a bit of Manchester United after a good 3 weeks, despite it only being a friendly, but, we're playing an all-right side, to be fair. Cadiz aren't a god-awful side. They'll give us a decent game. The thing is, they have a lot of their players aren't at the World Cup, so they have one of their strongest lineups because the majority of their players aren't at the World Cup. Whereas we obviously have a much weaker lineup because the majority of our players are at the World Cup. So it's actually going to be quite a balanced game. I don't expect Man United to thrash them or anything. I think it's going to be a really, really balanced game, but I do think it'll be a very, very good game as well. Keep smashing the likes, people, and of course subscribe down below if you're new. Donny should have played CM and McTominay Cam. I think we're doing a 4-3-3, so I think Donny and Zidane Iqbal will both be playing in midfield. McTominay as a DM. I don't know if Donny will be an out-and-out Cam, to be fair. I prefer Donny deeper as well. And Diego said also some fringe players could show your Erik Ten Hag opinions come the restart of the season. Some players returning from the World Cup may need some rest. Exactly. I mean, I know it's only a friendly, but, this is an opportunity for maybe people like Zidane Iqbal, Donny van de Beek to really impress. Wan-Bissaka, this is really his only opportunity he's really going to get. I think this will be a big opportunity for Brandon Williams as well, coming back from injury. People like Martial, I think that Martial will play no matter what. And I think when he has played, he's been good. But this is an opportunity for him to really get that match fitness and match sharpness back. Because, look, I love Anthony Martial, but my God, this guy is always getting injured. And if he gets injured today, I think I'd lose it. I generally think I'd lose it if Martial got injured today, honestly. But hopefully he won't. Donny should play centre mid and McTom Cam as well. But guys, keep smashing the like button and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. If you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, updates and more, make sure you subscribe to Alice Talks Football. The game is going to kick off in 1 minute. I'm absolutely frozen today. It's really cold in the UK. But I want to actually talk about the game. Let me silence my phone because it is just going ping, 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 ping. But yeah, just one sec. Right, sorry about that. Just got a weird notification come up. Keep smashing the likes, keep subscribing. The game is 2 minutes away from kickoff. But as saying, this isn't Man United's strongest lineup. The thing is interesting is I'd like to see Brandon Williams giving a go at right back, but he will be playing left back. No De Gea in goal, which again surprises a few people. I can't exit that for some reason. Sophie scores glitching. But as you can see here, that is the lineup. Brandon Williams at left back, Mengi and Victor Lindelof as the centre backs, Wan-Bissaka right, but McTominay DM. It seems that Donny and Zidane will play box to box, and a front three of Alanga, Martial, and Garnacho. Guys, we've got some news to get into as well later. So after this video, I'll probably do a little match reaction. The flickering lights on that stadium is really annoying. Actually, really hurt my eyes to watch the bloody screen. But I do want to get into some interesting news after this video, guys, because I will probably touch upon it in my live stream, but I'm going to do a video tonight about some stuff that Romano said on Cody Gakpo's future and also a few rumours regarding Bellingham. There are some more transfer news that's come out tonight regarding João Felix talking about his future, Cody Gakpo's future, Bellingham and more. So make sure you subscribe because there will be a video out tonight as well. Should we get Ramos at striker? I tell you what, I'm surprised we haven't been linked to him. The thing about Man United is whenever a player plays well, they'll get linked to Man United the next day. So I'm really surprised there hasn't been some journalist saying we're going for Goncalo Ramos. He scored a hat-trick yesterday for Portugal. It was absolutely incredible. Imagine replacing Ronaldo And, you know, you've got all that pressure of, like, you're Ronaldo's replacement, you go and score a hat-trick and get an assist. What I will say is I think the disrespect towards Ronaldo on Twitter is so uncalled for. Everyone's laughing at Ronaldo, like, oh, Ronaldo's been benched, look how good Portugal are without Ronaldo, like, laughing at him. Like people forgetting that Ronaldo single-handedly carried Portugal. People seem to forget that like the whole reason Portugal's at the World fucking Cup is because of Ronaldo. Like, who single-handedly like carried that country for so many years. And it's really sad that people are really celebrating the decline of Ronaldo. Like, he's not been good. He's obviously in a decline. He's nearly 38. But the way people are celebrating the decline of the Ronaldo, the things said online, like, people have so much hatred and anger towards Ronaldo. And I think that just shows how good you are, because if someone has so much hatred and anger towards you, you are good. But I see even like Man United fans like, yes, Ronaldo's dropped, fucking can. And I think, and do you not think it's sad? You know, I mean, I guess that, you know, he realised it's not just Man United and Ten Hag, the other managers dropping it, but do you not think it's sad that obviously he has the mentality, he still wants to be the best, but he's not the best, and he's got to have to handle that? And people are like, Ronaldo, like laughing at his decline. And I just think it's really sad. You know, there is the decline of Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's 3 years older than Messi, and people say, well, Messi's not declining, but there's a big difference between being 34 and being 37. You know, Messi in 3 years, I think, would be on the decline as well. But I don't get people that celebrate their decline. I really don't. I think they're both brilliant players. Ronaldo's always been my GOAT because of what I've watched him do. I've watched him more than Messi grow up. But I can admire that they were both absolutely fantastic players. Telemengi is starting centre back. Morocco beats Spain. I tell you what, Morocco, they've got Portugal now. Morocco definitely underdogs in this tournament. Really, really impressed with Morocco. Very good defensive record, aren't they? And I love Ronaldo, but not sure. But he's not at United, so I just want what's best for him. Exactly. I love Ronaldo. I want what's best for him, and I do think it was probably best for him to leave Manchester United as well. I want Zidane to do well. I love Zidane, Iqbal, and I really do hope he does well. And some football fans have short memories. They do, and this is the thing that annoys about the internet fans. The short-term memory of, you know, people were saying Bruno's crap, and, you know, Todd Cantwell was better than Bruno because he'd had a few bad games, and now Bruno's balling up at the World Cup, and it's like people just think Bruno's shit because he had a poor 6 months. People just thought Rashford was shit because he had a poor 6 months, but I always knew what they were capable of. As Daniel says, please do like and subscribe to Alice Talks Football if you're new. No Jadon Sancho today. He did not go on the pre-season friendly. Not pre-season. I keep saying pre-season. If I keep saying pre-season, I do apologise, but it's a bit of a habit. Jadon Sancho did not take part in this tour because he's gone to the Netherlands to really focus on himself and his form and getting back to his best. And Ten Hag's recommended that Sancho just does an intense training course for the next few weeks, focuses on getting back to his best. So that is why there is no Jadon Sancho today. Otherwise he would have come, but he's got a few problems, and I think he's just focusing on getting back to his best. The game is kicking off now on my screen, so we're going to get the headphones in. I think this will be a more difficult game than we predict, guys. But keep smashing the likes and subscribe as well. Oh, my glasses frames are really cold because they've been sitting on the windowsill. It's interesting that Dubravka's playing over De Gea, but I guess this is an opportunity for Dubravka, which would be nice to see how he does as well. Do you think Man United should go for Goncalo Ramos? I mean, I'd like to say yes, but I've only really watched him play about 3 games in my whole life, and one of them was that Portugal game. So although Benfica are brilliant, and Benfica I watched in the Champions League and all of that, I think you can't rush into a decision off an international tournament. He's a great player. We need a striker. Let's see what he does at the rest of the season. But players play. I don't like to buy a player off an international tournament. I think we did that before. I think there's times where players like Harry Maguire's a different player for England. You know, if you buy a player for an international tournament, it can be a risk, like Real Madrid with James Rodriguez. I subbed to Alice 2 weeks ago with the whole ownership stuff, but loved the content. Big up Rohill, thanks for joining the channel. Sancho wants to go back to Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea want to sign him. I don't think that's the case. I just think Sancho wants to get back to his best at United as well. And I really fancy this guy Ramos, I really do. I think there's a great player there, an absolutely great player there. I'm going to get the game up on my screen. One sec. Completely forgot to get the timer and game up on my screen. So let me get that up for you now. For timer, I need to get a match up timer. Here we go. I do like the look of this Ramos guy, but my whole mindset is we can't buy someone off a tournament. But I do have a good feeling. I do think he's going to make it to the very, very top. I do have a feeling he's going to make it right to the top. So we get the timer up. I'm just going to match up. There we go. Keep smashing the likes. Let me know what the quality's like as well. It's shown on TV. The match is shown on MUTV, which is not that much expensive. I think it costs like 7-8 quid. But if you don't want to give any money to them owners, don't worry. I can show you bits and describe what's going on in the match. Man United have started with the ball a lot here. McTominay plays the ball out wide to Elanga, who's on the left. Garnacho's playing as a right winger, and Elanga's playing as a left winger. Here comes Garnacho. Oh, Garnacho with the shot there. United have started really well. We're only 2 minutes in, but United have started very well, and on the front foot is there. You have a point there, Alice. Let's see if Ramos can continue. Yeah, I think there's a good player there. And to score a hat-trick in the World Cup, there's got to be a good player there. But you do get your World Cup heroes. And, let's talk about today. Like Harry Maguire, if you just watched the World Cup, you think he was one of the best centre-backs in the world. Oh, Brandon Williams been absolutely done there. But United win back the ball with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's basically a goner. We know from Romano that Wan-Bissaka will probably basically leave United in January, but it's an opportunity for him to prove himself. And I have to say, Diogo Dalot, that's what I meant. Diogo Dalot is playing absolutely fantastic for Portugal. Diogo Dalot started 2 games for Portugal and got an assist in both of them. And actually, Cancelo's been dropped for Portugal because Diogo Dalot is playing so well that actually they're dropping him, which I think is crazy. Diogo Dalot is now the guy playing for Portugal instead of Cancelo. That's how good it's been. Like, literally, just over a year and a half ago, we were thinking, Ethan Laird was better than Dalot. Like, a year and a half ago, a lot of us were like, myself included, we're thinking, now we've got to let Diogo Dalot go. We might as well play Laird or someone, give them a chance. Like, a year and a half ago, we thought Dalot was just not it. And Ten Hag's come in, and you have to give Ten Hag so much credit. Dalot has gone from a player that we didn't even know if he was good enough for United. Obviously, Rangnick, he showed a glimpse of it, and Rangnick got a bit out of Dalot, and we started to see what Dalot could do under Rangnick. But we've really seen this Dalot, and now Dalot is starting over Cancelo for Portugal. Like, that's how impressive he's been. Brilliant block there by, I think, Brandon Williams. Like, I've been very impressed with Diogo Dalot. Definitely one of those people that impressed me the most. I've got internet issues today, so my StreamYard notification is saying the connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging to your router. So I don't know if it's a bit on the blurry side. If it is, I do apologise. Try and move this. I don't know what it is. Like, my Wi-Fi used to be really good, and we pay a lot of money. But I think it's just the area I live in. It's just gone shit. So yeah, I hope the quality isn't too bad as well. Cadiz is not that strong, and all Man U players are at the World Cup, so I probably think 1-0 Cadiz win. Yeah, Cadiz have got their players, but they're not the best team in the world. But they're not a bad team, and I'm ready for England versus France Saturday. Oh, guys, how are you feeling about the World Cup? I tell you what, these World Cup games have been really good. So we've got Morocco, Portugal, England, France, Netherlands, Argentina, and Brazil play... Who the fuck did Brazil play? I should know that. Croatia. That's it. What I will say is England, France, and Netherlands, USA. They're going to be big games. The World Cup winners versus the Euro finalists, and then it's a replay of the semi-final of the Brazil World Cup as well. Do you know I can watch the game on MUTV, but you have to pay. I'm talking about the game and what's going on and just commentating on it here. Right now, it's a Cadiz throwing of the ball on the edge of the box, and it's 5.5 minutes played. Brandon Williams intercepts here, and Garnacho makes a run but loses out, unfortunately, because it was a poor pass from Brandon Williams. Maguire versus Mbappe clash with the Titans. Well, there's a report that Mbappe's injured or missed France training, but he might just be a one-off. But there's also now a report coming in that Declan Rice is injured and might miss the France game. I think Declan Rice will be a massive miss for United if that report is true. But there are a few reports coming in. But tomorrow I have an idea of what the lineup will be. I still think, we've got... Oh, shit. Here come Cadiz. Get it away. I don't know how I feel about the France game. Steve says to me, hopefully France win the World Cup as I had them as the team before the World Cup started. Says Steve. Yeah, I think France are... I think a lot of people thought France was going to get the winner's curse, where they get knocked out in the group. But France, considering they didn't have Pogba or Kante like they did 2 years ago, or like You know, they have been really impressive, France. They've really impressed me. I think with France, they've got that experience as well that they could win it. They know how to win it as well. But I don't know. I think if England beat France, I don't know. I don't think we'll beat. I think we could beat France, but not Portugal. I think Portugal and Brazil. It's going to be a Portugal-Brazil final. I think, you know, the last World Cup we had to go through. Who was it? Was it Denmark or Sweden? The last World Cup, I think we had like Colombia, and then we had like Sweden, didn't we? And then we had Croatia, and it was the final. But this World Cup, we'd have to go through France and probably either Portugal or Morocco to get to the final, which will be difficult. Are there many in the stadium? I don't know. I think it's a decent turnout, to be fair. It's Man United, so I'll have a look really when there's a decent turnout from what I can see, but I'll have a look properly at the stadium. Zidane Iqbal is an absolute baller, isn't he? There's a free kick here for Cadiz, though. A penalty shootout, France, England. Well, I don't trust England on penalties. I think no one does. Here comes Cadiz. Oh, it's 1-0 to Cadiz. Man United 1-0 down, people. Not good, not good. 1-0 down already. Not what we want to be. Not where we want to be at all. Carlos Garcia, a young centre-back, just scored for Cadiz. United sloppy at the back. United very much asleep at the back, and that's what you get. Silly that from the United. Poor defending. It's not the end of the world. It's our B team, and it's a friendly, but it's just shit defending. Just shit, absolute shit. Is that Lindelof? I expect better from Lindelof there. I do. Lindelof, that was disappointing on Lindelof's behalf. Yeah, it's very sloppy goal to concede. United need to switch on a bit. But Lindelof, man, you are an experienced player. I know Lindelof's not known for set pieces, but yeah. Well, the thing is, I know this is a friendly, but Erik Ramsey we've hired for set pieces, and I just feel like United are just getting worse and worse and worse at set pieces. But I do think United will get a goal and get back into it. David De Gea is sitting watching the game. I'm surprised De Gea's not playing, but maybe he wants to give Dubravka a run in. Lindelof should have done better. Unbelievable. It was just a silly goal. This is better. We didn't want an easy game. True. You need a subscription to watch it. I ain't paying £10 to watch. Fairs. I get you. Well, if you don't want to watch the game, I'll tell you what you're missing. I might do a match review on it if we end up winning like 6-1. I'll do a little review. But if it's like a 0-0, 1-0, probably won't. But I will. I'm making a video after this on the transfer news. I'm going to do a transfer news update on Felix and that after this video. So, yeah, I might include some other news in there. Donny van der Beek's taking a corner for United. Can United make it 1-0? We need a goal. Like, just all I want today is I haven't watched United in weeks. I don't care how it goes in. I just want to watch United score a goal. You know. Oh, Martial almost got on that. I just like us to watch us score a goal. Here come Cadiz again. Not good. He shoots, block. Yeah, defensively we look a bit of a mess. We miss Lisandro Martinez, guys. Man, we miss Lisandro Martinez. Donny van der Beek here. Come on. Is that Garnacho? Oh, what a run from Garnacho. Plays it to Alanga. Garnacho is so good. He's so good. Like, brilliant run there from Alejandro Garnacho. And he played it into Alanga, who unfortunately couldn't do anything. But Garnacho, guys, he's a different gravy. The Burnley game, Garnacho on the left, Martial up front, and Sancho on the right, please. Then we'll have a midfield three of probably like Eriksen, Donny, and McTominay, I'm assuming. And then a back four of, I don't know. It's annoying because all our players are still in the World Cup. So I'm not sure what we're going to be doing for that Burnley game. Not sure. But very good run there from Garnacho. If the World Cup was not in the winter, it would be UCL Matchday 6 and United would be playing Sociedad tomorrow. Felt ages ago we beat Sociedad. It did, Stevie. It's mad to think that this would have been UCL Matchday 6 and how the games were so compressed together as well. I tried signing up pre-season and it took 2 weeks for my email. Is this MUTV or something? Man United app's rubbish. I mean, Man United, everything's rubbish because we've got rubbish owners. Brandon Williams taking a throw on. I'd like to see Brandon Williams giving a go at right back. I do feel a bit sorry for Brandon Williams. I think he's had it quite tough this last year. And I do really hope that he starts to play well. And I think there's a Premier League player in Brandon Williams. I don't know if he'll be United level, but I think there's a Premier League player in there for sure. And that was a horrible injury to get right at the start of the season. But I know Norwich got relegated, but I always thought he was decent for them. Williams. Anthony Martial. Lovely skill from Martial. Martial making the run. Do not injure Martial. Oh, it's come back to Donny. Donny van der Beek. Donny van der Beek. Zidane Iqbal's on the ball here, people. I can barely watch. I'm so blind. Here comes Garnacho. Oh, loses out. Every time Garnacho gets the ball, I get so excited because he just likes to run and drive at players. It's so nice to have a player at Man United that whenever they get the ball, just wants to run, wants to drive, wants to take players on. And Garnacho is that guy. It's just so exciting to watch. But oh, shite. Oh, my God, it's 2-0. 2-0. Embarrassing defending. Embarrassing defending. Oh, my God. But actually 2-0 down. Jesus Christ. Bloody hell. I mean, it's a friendly. I can't get annoyed. I'm just disappointed. I'm not annoyed. I'm just disappointed. I've been wanting to watch Man United for so long, and I put the thing on to watch United, and we're 2-0 down. I mean, great. Cheers, United. Cheers. Really? Oh, it's not the be-all and end-all, though. It's not the end of the world. Just a bit annoying. 2-0 down, people, to Cadiz. Really? Fuck's sake. As long as you don't lose like 4 or 5-0, because we can get a goal and just give me something to shout about. There's just something positive to shout about from this game. That's all I want. Fair play, Cadiz, though. I'm not annoyed. I'm just disappointed. Just defensively a mess in general. We've got a back forward: Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Mengi, and Lindelof. I mean, he is shocked as well. 2-0. Steve said he kind of expected that. Yeah, I had like pre-season games to watch by the time. Sacked it off. Yeah, not great for Manchester United. It's just such a bit of a mess. We need Ronaldo back to score goals. He's not really scoring goals, is he? Probably need that Ramos guy. It's good to see a watch along again. Fulham was it's been nearly a month since Fulham, which is just absolutely mad. That's a foul, surely. Stupid ref. I can't wait until Notts Forest, the Premier League itself, is back. That's what I want to watch, the Premier League, more than anything. Oh, come on, yeah, come on. The difference between Cadiz and Man United is Cadiz have 1 player at the World Cup, whereas we have about 14. You can see that this is their first lineup and they're organised, whereas you can see these Man United players just don't play together from watching the game. You know, the United players, you can just tell these players don't really play together. Garnacho, Donny, Iqbal, Brandon Williams. Defence has been very disappointing. Elanga, Garnacho, Garnacho. Can't do anything with the ball. You just can tell that this isn't the first team and they don't play together. Especially at the back, there's no organisation. We're missing that Lisandro Martinez presence. Like, we're generally missing what Lisandro Martinez brings to United, that presence at the back. Donny. That kind of leadership. It's just frustrating as well. Phil Jones will next expect testimonial. It's not playing Phil Jones today. He's gone with Mengi, which is fair enough. Elanga, Martial. That's a foul. There we go, referee. It's a friendly, who cares? I don't really care, but it's just a bit disappointing that we're 2-0 down already, isn't it? In a friendly game. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what we get, but it's always a little bit disappointing to be 2-0 down in a friendly game. But again, as you said, Cadiz have got 1 player at the World Cup. We've got 14. Their team are used to playing together. They've got the whole main team. We're playing people that haven't played all season. We're playing people that have barely played. We're playing youngsters. There's a big difference as well. Florentino thrashed his club called Always Ready 9-0. Why don't United play a club like that? We can just thrash 9-0. I guess there'll be no point, to be fair. I think we've got Sociedad. Or who have we got in the next game? We've got someone more difficult. Is it Sociedad? I don't know. We've got 2 games. We've got a free kick here, though. Free kick. Martial on it. Martial's never taken a free kick, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do here. Martial free kick. It looked like a good free kick, but it wasn't. Wasn't a good free kick at all. The only way to watch is Mainoo TV, which is unfortunately giving money to the Glazers. Or you can somewhat watch on my screen in terms of listen, and I can tell you what's going on. Keep smashing the likes, people, and of course subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you're new. I go live every single evening on the channel, so if you do want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, and more, subscribe. It's Betis. I knew it was Real something. It's Real Betis we got next, which will actually be a harder game as well. And Jonathan Okone got a hat-trick, former Lille striker. I remember him, yeah. So we've got Betis after this, which will be even harder. So we're 18 minutes in, and Manchester United are 2-0 down to Cadiz. So not a good start, but lots of time to go. Lots of time for Manchester United to get back into the game. And hopefully they do. But it's a bit of a slow game. But I feel like they are reserving their energy a bit. Because it does feel like a pre-season friendly. I mean, it is a friendly, but it does feel like a pre-season friendly. I'm going to move my camera. Why is it my screen just not wanting to stand still? Here comes Martial. Iqbal's down. Real Betis made the Europa last 16. Yeah, they're not a bad side, Real Betis. I do think this team will get absolutely torn apart by Real Betis, which scares me. Who did we play in pre? Did we play Real Betis in pre-season or not? Who did we play in actual pre-season when Ronaldo walked off early? That was a Spanish side. Who was that when Ronaldo left early? We played Atletico Madrid. Oh, we played Real Vallecano. That was it. So it's Real Vallecano, Real Betis, Real Sociedad, or Rayo Vallecano. It's different. Spanish clubs confuse me. Man United on the ball. Iqbal here. Iqbaler, as we used to say. Iqbal's got some IQ on him, I tell you what. I do really rate Iqbal. And Zidane Iqbal's on the ball here, switching the play. Barely seen Donny van der Ghost today. I like Van der Beek, but he's become Donny van der Ghost, hasn't he? He really has. Donny. Here comes Elanga. Come on, Elanga. Oh, Elanga was fouled. Zidane Iqbal's got the ball here. Oh, Iqbaler! Penalty! Man United got a penalty, guys. Hey, I'd say we got a penalty. I don't know. I think Martial will take it. I hope you better score. Real Betis last played in the Champions League in 2005. They had Liverpool and Chelsea in the group. They had both Liverpool and Chelsea in the group. Can you have 2 penalties in the group, or did they play both? Penalty, people. Penalty. Right, let's get the Man United penalty up, people. Who's taking the penalty? Yeah, put the player. That'd be a red card in a normal game because he was literally through on goal. In a normal game, that's a red card, but obviously it's a friendly, so he's only given it yellow. Martial, come on! Martial! Yeah! Woo! We scored a penalty goal versus Cadiz, but who cares? Martial goal, people. Let's go. Right back in the friendly. At least we've got a goal. Guys, I said today, all I want is a goal to celebrate. All I want is just there to be at least one goal to celebrate. So I don't feel like I've waited 3 weeks to watch Man United play for nothing. At least we have a good penalty there, which was won by Zidane Iqbal, who's been really, really impressive today. So big up to Zidane Iqbal as well. Smash that like button, people, for Zidane Iqbal. There's a baller there. He's Zidane Iqbaler. I've been saying that for a while. He really is. Goal, 2-1. A club that claims to always be ready to be always ready was never really ready for Fiorentina. Yes, good point. 2-1 after 21 minutes. 5 out of 6 of the players needed to go 3 years ago. Majority of the Man United players, I can't believe it's still at Man United that are playing today. I think it's crazy. The comeback is on, people. The comeback is on. Oh, fuck. Ooh. I tell you what, Cadiz almost made it 3-1. Cody Gakpo's come out and said he's not heard from United yet. If they come, I will think about it. In these decisions too, I seek God and I ask him what I can do best. That's what Cody Gakpo's come out and said. I mean, look, Zidane Iqbal's impressed me the most. Cody Gakpo said he thought about Man United last summer, but when it didn't happen, I didn't know anymore. Then Leeds arrived, I had doubts, and now we'll wait and see. I see that as Cody Gakpo saying he would have moved to United in the summer. He thought about us in the summer. He's just going to think about moving to us in Jan, but he's not going to make any decisions till after the World Cup. The thing is, Netherlands could very much be knocked out the Champions League. Not Champions League, the what do you call it? World Cup this weekend. It's Netherlands USA tomorrow or Friday. World Cup. Let me check when the World Cup matches are, people. So World Cup round of 16 is, I think it's Friday and Saturday, isn't it? If I'm aware. Why is it not coming up? Quarterfinals. So Croatia, Brazil is Friday, and in the evening it's Netherlands, Argentina. So this weekend, Cody Gakpo could be out of the World Cup and we could have the United links. But Cadiz, if I've got a free kick here, United actually managed to defend this free kick. But yeah, Cody Gakpo has been speaking about his Manchester United future. We'll cover that in my video tonight. Gakpo and João Felix have spoken about their future now. But Gakpo said he hasn't heard from United yet. But he's obviously not going to say that he has because he's at the World Cup. I'm sure that Gakpo's not actually spoken to United. I'm sure that United have probably contacted Gakpo's agents. Martial did a Palanca penalty. Yes, guys. He's copied Hakimi. Oh, God. That was almost 3-1. I have to say, we've got to be careful, though. Cadiz could make it 3-1. I'll tell you that now. They really could. We're going to sign Gakpo. I feel like we will, and I'll talk about that in my video tonight. There'll be a video out about 7 p.m. tonight, and what I'll do in that video is half of the video will talk about all the news, so Gakpo, João Felix, some other news, and then the second half of the video I'll give a review of the game. But yeah, so the World Cup quarterfinals is Friday and Saturday, aren't they? Here comes Garnacho. Lovely run, Garnacho. Still got the ball. He does well, Garnacho, on the ball. Martial's gone out wide. I would like to see Garnacho and Martial. Martial's got all this space out on the left, and they never passed to him early enough. Here comes Tony Martial, driving up the left hand, loses out. IKEA 2-1 United. You know what? You're right, Tobias. That really looks like an IKEA kit, doesn't it? It really does look like an IKEA kit. It's like the bags. Cadiz. Content plan. Video tonight on Gakpo and João Felix news, and we'll do a review of the game tonight. Tomorrow there'll be a live stream around 5 o'clock on all the news. Saturday there'll be some videos on all of the news. So Friday there'll be some videos on all of the news. Sunday we'll do a watch along. Saturday we'll do a watch along. I think we've got Real Betis on Saturday, so we've got another watch along on the Saturday. Man United went 2-0 down very early on, but we've looked a lot better lately, people. We're starting to look a little bit better this game. I'm not sure if he's going to do roll-on subs at half-time or anything like that as well, or he wants them to play 90 minutes to resemble a real game, because we've got a lot of academy players on the bench. So here come the team. Donny playing it around, Williams. Good play in here. Good play from United here. Wan-Bissaka. Oh, good play here. Alanga, come on. Free kick. Free kick. Manchester United really well won there by Anthony Alanga. Got a lot better recently. We did start poor. 19 likes away from 100 likes, guys. So please do smash that like button if you haven't already. Are we signing any midfielders in January? Not that I'm aware of. If we're signing a midfielder, I'm 99% sure it'll be in the summer. I'm confident we'll sign a midfielder in the summer, but I couldn't tell if we're going to sign one in January. 2-2 would be nice. What is the latest on takeover rumours? Again, I'll discuss the takeover more in detail in a video tomorrow. But it's quiet because there's dealings going on where the parties in the dealings don't want to go public, which makes me worried because I'm like, oh, is there going to be an outrage? But there are talks going on with Dubai and US investors from what we're aware of. But I'm sure some big news will come out soon on that. I think it's just quiet for now. Oh, it's a good ball in there from Van der Beek, but Man United could not capitalise on it, unfortunately. I thought that would have been an opportunity. Tomorrow I will talk about the new owner situation and that. Because there's rumours about Saudi, Dubai, and loads of other people going in for United. Come on, United. Come on. Come on, United. Come on, I'm so tired. So the team we're playing has scored 9 goals and conceded 26. Great. They've scored 2 against us after only scoring 9 goals before us. That is a really encouraging sign of the defence, isn't it? Really encouraging sign. Here come the IKEA team. Brandon Williams deals with that all right. Man United got a throw on here. It's weird, Brandon Williams. There was a time when people said he was better than Luke Shaw. Not played for United over a year. Man United on the ball here playing it around, but IKEA team went about. So the subs are warming up. Kobe Mainoo, Charlie Savage, and someone else, Shola Shatiri, and someone else. I can't figure out who that is yet. It's warming up. So maybe Ten Hag's going to do some change at half time like he did in pre-season. Man United did the right thing and played friendly, so they're matched up in the EFL game against Burnley. Yeah, a lot of these players playing today will need to play against Burnley. So at least if they have 2 friendlies, then they're a bit more matched up for the Burnley game, who will have all their players mostly as well. 3 goals already. It's been a better game than I thought, as you said. 3 goals already this game, and hopefully 4-3 United win would be nice, wouldn't it? What do you think about the English media finding every reason to constantly disrespect Ronaldo? It's not just the English media. I think it's everyone. I think there's people that are idiotic celebrating Ronaldo getting benched for Portugal. Ronaldo just wants what's best for Portugal. And, Ronaldo's on the decline. We know that. But I think people are using every opportunity to disrespect his legacy. I agree. Ronaldo's behaviour was unacceptable. He should have been sacked after the interview. I agree with that. And I believe that Ronaldo should have left United. But I don't like this laughing at Ronaldo not playing well for Portugal. I don't get why people are actually taking some kind of enjoyment in Ronaldo's decline. And I think the media are looking at every reason to try and make out Ronaldo is bad when he's not. And I don't personally like that. It's like, yeah, he's 30, he's nearly 38. Do you think he's going to be playing like he was when he was 30? Yes, he's declining. Stop saying he's bad, admit he's just declining. And that's normal. And the media, I do think the media bum at Messi and disrespect Ronaldo a lot, which is a shame. Oh, brilliant there from Iqbal. Alanga, Iqbal, Donny, Brandon Williams, Alanga. I'm so tired today. Oh. Here comes Brandon Williams. Martial. Wan-Bissaka. Good cross in from McTominay. United have a corner here. Corner to United, people. Just over half an hour played. Williams got all the passion, just no tactical skill. Yeah, Williams got the mentality, but not sure the ability. Donny needs to play versus Burnley and have a friendly. He does get his match fitness up. I think Donny will play versus Burnley because I doubt Fernandes will be back in time. Eriksen will be back, but I don't think Fred, Casemiro, Fernandes will play that game unless they get knocked out in the next round. And I don't see Brazil or Portugal getting knocked out. And that's the half of our midfielders, Brazil and Portugal. I think when Ronaldo called them all rat media, probably did it. Ronaldo's a big rich boy. I like that Ronaldo basically called out the ratty Glazers. It is what it is with Ronaldo. He's gone now. I wish people would stop giving him abuse. Exactly. He's gone now. It was the right decision for him to go. His behaviour was unacceptable, but I wish the best for Ronaldo, and I think it's weird when people want him to do bad. I do. The media definitely snakes, though. Oh, yeah. Walking off before the game finished at 37 is ridiculous. The media overreact massively, I have to say, with Ronaldo's situation, because they know if they use Ronaldo, never gets views. It should be on Man United TV. I'm watching it on Man United TV, so I'm not sure what's going on with yours. Maybe you're clicking on the wrong one. Oh, Cadiz here. Keep smashing the like button, people, and of course subscribe down below if you're new, because there will be another video coming up after this. I'm really tired. I need some sugar. One sec. I got some sugar. I'm back. Oh, I just thought I feel like really sleepy, and I feel like if I just eat some sugar, that'll keep me awake. It's because I had dinner before I went live, which is never a good thing. The glasses suit you, thanks. I don't actually really like them, but it's just I literally won't. If I don't have the glasses on, I can't read the numbers. So Donny's 34, Elanga's 36, and Williams is 33. But I won't see the numbers. So I'll see someone on the ball with blonde hair and I'll shout Donny and it'll be Brandon Williams. So at least if I wear the glasses, I don't completely get the players wrong. Although I don't have a very big TV because it sounds weird. I don't like big TVs. My TV I think is 32-inch, which isn't very big. And I could have got a massive one, but I don't like having a big TV because when I play Fortnite and stuff, I like having a smaller screen. Good play. Cadiz with a goal kick here. I'm hoping we can make it 2-2 before half time. You know what? I'd like to be in Cadiz. It's like 20 degrees there. Manish has a good comment. We would have got players that Ralph recommended in Casado and Enzo if we had new owners before. We could have got Moises Casado for about 4 million quid. Julian Alvarez for about 15 million quid. Enzo Fernandez for what, 20 million quid. Such good players. It's a shame because I'd have really loved them at United. And I think I think we do need a midfielder. Casemiro and Bruno and Eriksen are three fantastic players. But we need someone else. Do you know what I mean? We just need that ball carrying midfielder. And we need a bit of depth in the Casemiro role. If something happens to Casemiro, Bruno, or Lissandro Martinez, we're absolutely fucked, people. Because they are key. Cadiz on the ball here. I would like to make it 2-2 before half time, but Cadiz are growing into this game. They really are. United will win before full time. Hopefully. Cadiz look quite good on the attacks. I think we're giving them a bit of space because we're not organised. I think we're not organised because we don't play together a lot. I think that is the main problem, to be honest. But overall, United have been voice cracked. Overall, United have been decent. Oh, I say decent. Like they've been okay. Like we're 2-1 down against Cadiz, but I'm trying to take into account that these players never played together. They're young. Like it's been okay. It's not been good. It's not been bad. It's been very meh. You know, we got our goal, Zidane Iqbal moment, but it's not been good enough. But it's not been. I've seen us play worse. I mean, let's be honest. We've seen us play absolutely awful multiple times. It's just a bit slow. I would say my one criticism of the game is it just is a bit slow. I think that is the thing. not sure what someone said, but someone said in the chat, love your birthday and you will get job done with investing a lot of money. Can buy it in Kenya for a day. Not 100% sure what you mean by that. I want Saudi or Apple. I just want someone fucking rich that fucking loves the club. And if they are the people, then yeah, 102 likes. So let's go for 200 likes, people, as well. When we get new owners, I don't want them to be like Glazers. 100%. More exciting watch-alongs when competitive football's back and playing big teams in the league in Europe. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't do any World Cup watch-alongs because this is the thing. World Cup clashes with uni. So my final week of uni is next week. So my last assignment's on the 14th. So, and obviously all the assignments are due in December. And then all your other assignments are due in April. It's April, May. And it's just awkward timing because I'm in uni lectures when a lot of the games are going on. And then I have to work on my assignments. So I haven't been able to really do watch-alongs to the World Cup games, whereas in the summer I would have. So I do apologise for that. Florentina Luis would be a solid signing DM. I've heard a lot about him, to be fair, but I still want Frankie de Jong. I know, shameless, I don't care. I still want Frankie de Jong. Why have they made a sub in the 37th minute? Bit of a random time. Assuming there's an injury. My ideal summer, so my ideal January is we get Gakpo in January and Frimpong in January because that's who Ten Hag wants. And then in summer, we get like Vlahovic or Osimhen. We get Frankie de Jong. And we get like Diogo Costa and maybe a little goalie like Diogo Costa, maybe a little centre back like Kim and Jay. That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream summer. I mean, I think we need 2 midfielders, a striker in summer, and potentially a goalkeeper and centre back. But we'll see. Here comes Cadiz again. They really are the Archaea team. I don't like the kit. I don't think yellow and blue goes. Maybe that's just me, but like yellow and purple, I think goes. This is like I've seen a yellow and purple kit and it worked, but I don't think yellow works with blue. Weirdly, I think it looks more. I don't know. I think yellow and purple can work, but if the predominant colour is purple, I don't know. I'm not a fan of their kit. I think red's the best colour for kits, and I don't know if I said it because I support United, but I think all the red kits always look nice. I feel like red's always a safe colour for a kit. Here comes Garnacho. So Garnacho's playing as a right winger, but he's been decent, to be fair to him. Maybe he's playing Garnacho on the right because he wants to try him out on the right, play Rashford on the left and Martial up top. Maybe that's why he's playing Garnacho on the right, give Anthony a bit of competition. I still think Garnacho's a left winger, but it's interesting that Alanga's playing on the left and Garnacho's playing on the right. Maybe Ten Hag's thinking of incorporating Garnacho's competition for Anthony. I haven't seen much of Anthony at the World Cup. He's been struggling with the aircon. How many slots have you done at the moment? I've done 1. Tomorrow 2 will be done. Friday 3 will be done. And then next week my final one will be done. But they're all due within the space of the next. They're all due between Monday of this week and on like the 14th. They're all due between the 5th and the 14th. But I say but I've worked on them all for like a good month and a bit. So I don't actually have loads and loads to do anymore. But a lot of them you have to do on the day. But the most important is my contract was busy. I have no idea what you're on about, this guy in the chat, I'll be honest. Is Benica and Sociedad me good? I think Benica's a good player, but I'm not familiar with the Sociedad midfield that we're linked to. Osimhen is injury prone and there'll be a bit of man management there, like Pep does with Haaland. Yeah, I do like Osimhen, but if he's injury prone and Martial's injury prone, it's not always a good mix as well. I'm not sure who I really want United to sign. But I still think Osimhen and Vlahovic would be the strikers. Potentially Ivan Toney, but he's got some kind of betting situation going on that I don't want to sign someone who then can't play for 3 months or something, you know, because of, I don't know what's gone on with the bets, because Kieran Trippier got a massive ban for betting, so I don't know if same's going to happen to Ivan Toney. You prefer Gakpo over Felix? I guess so. It's an interesting. The thing is, the reason I prefer Gakpo over Felix is because that's who Ten Hag wants first choice. I like João Felix, But Gakpo will be cheaper, and Ten Hag's wanting him a lot longer. Ten Hag wants him more than he wants Felix. I'm happy with either, to be honest, but I do think this season Gakpo's been more impressive than Felix. I did think Felix was good for Portugal yesterday, but I think Gakpo is the guy that, on current form, you want to sign. Like, I think Gakpo's been really, really good. What I might do is, because half time's coming up soon, we might play a game at half time. Do like a World Cup predictions game or tier list or something. Because I'd rather do a separate video for the news. Let me zoom back in. 1, 2. I think we're going to go in at half time 2-1, but there's still 3 minutes to half time. We might do a Manchester United game at half time. Cadiz are on the ball. Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more of United on the ball. We're just letting them run around with it a bit. Trying to see if there's any tier list of the United 2022 squad. But I can't find one. Oh, nearly 3-1 there. We need to be careful. They look like a better team. They're on the ball here, Cadiz, causing us a few problems. Brandon Williams has got done there, but he wins it back. Iqbal is on the ball. Can United counter-attack here? Zidane, Iqbal. McTominay. Who was that on the ball? Alanga. That's poor weighted pass from Alanga. Alanga needs a championship loan. Like, I like Alanga, but you just know he's not quite at that level. Oh, my laptop's just gone all laggy. What's the stream quality like? Lautaro Martinez, decent player. What's the stream quality like? I've just got a bit of lag. They've had a lot of time in the World Cup group, but didn't do it past 16 because teams could play an extra 30 minutes than penalties, and it would run players down to the ground. Yeah. Why did they add so much time in the Garnacho loses out there? Why did they add so much time in the group games? What was the rule? Because I liked that they were stopping sort of time wasting, but I still think they need to add like that little bit less. There's like the England-Iran game was taking the piss. If we qualified the 2023 CL, we'd have a 3-1 for Rice. Yeah, I think Declan Rice would maybe come to you. I think we've got Casemiro, so we don't need Declan Rice next season. We'd almost need him the season after now. Who's my favourite Man United player? I don't know, actually. It changes a lot. I'd probably say Bruno. I'd probably say Bruno Fernandes. I like Bruno. I've always loved Bruno. I've always liked Sancho. But I'd probably say Bruno. Like when he came to United, yeah. I do like Lisandro Martinez is really growing on me though. And Casemiro, like I just pinched myself and I'm like, oh my god, Casemiro plays for United again. I really like Casemiro. But I would probably go with Bruno. Came from Sporting like Cristiano. He goes left, he goes right. He makes defenders look shy. He's our Portuguese Magnifico. Oh, good ball in there from Williams, but Alanga couldn't quite get on it. Bruno. Came from Sporting like Cristiano. He goes left, he goes right. And let's stop singing. He's not even playing Bruno. He's not even playing. Ooh, almost close to time. He's not even playing Bruno. I'm absolutely chanting him. I'm absolutely chanting for Bruno Fernandes here. Garnacho. Cadiz are 2-1 up at half time. It's heating up between Ten Hag and someone in a friendly. Apparently, there's some beef going on between Ten Hag and a friendly. You got to absolutely love that as well. Let me take my headset off. So, people, half-time score. Manchester United are 2-1 down. We will take that off the screen and we will get the half-time analysis and bits up the screen. If you watched the game, who impressed you the most out of the Man United players? I mean, it wasn't the most impressive first half in the world. If I had to pick a player, though, I'd probably go with Zidane Iqbal. I think for me, he was probably Manchester United's most impressive performer. I thought Garnacho showed glimpses of what Garnacho does. He's always an exciting player. I mean, I don't know if they're going to do statistics or anything. No, they're not doing player ratings or statistics because it's a friendly match, which is a little bit frustrating. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Twitter, have a look at the news. Let's discuss the news. Let's get a bigger screen up here so you can see it there as well. I can't believe Casimo's a United player. Ronnie and Piers need their own series. Yeah, there's an annoying advert coming up on my screen, but I think Iqbal was probably the most exciting Man United player. 2-1 at half time as well. Alanga has been pretty meh, hasn't he? That's just looking at the World Cup news. We'll talk about what Gakpo said and all this in my video tonight. Martial scores from the spot as well, people. But yeah, Zidane Iqbal, easily man of the match. The guy's got the footballing IQ and everything. He was very good. Garnacho looked very good as well. But yeah, I wanted to talk about, a bit about the World Cup. Bruno Fernandes is the highest rated player at the World Cup on SofaScore. Bruno's been fantastic. I think Bruno Fernandes has been absolutely fantastic this World Cup. I think that Casemiro has been absolutely fantastic this World Cup as well. You've got to give it to Casemiro. He's really impressed me. Luke Shaw, Rashford, Maguire, good for England. But, Bruno's been absolutely excellent. And what I wanted to actually get up is if I go and type in Bruno Fernandes, and his actual stats lately are incredible. Making the team of the week again for Portugal, goals and assists. He's literally look at Bruno and Rashford's all-time stats: 51 games, 13 goals, 10 assists. 49 games, 15 goals, 5 assists. But Rashford's only started 22 of those 49 games. Rashford has basically 22 goal contributions and 22 England starts as well, which I think that he doesn't get enough credit for. But talking of the World Cup, they've been very important. Bruno, 69 pressures applied. I mean, we missed Bruno today. There's no creativity on the pitch about Bruno as well. Bruno spoke about Ronaldo being on the bench as well. Do you think anyone likes being on the bench? I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo would be happy if the manager put me on the bench in the next game. I would be angry. Cristiano Ronaldo's doing his job. He's doing his part. He's happy with the result because the goal for everyone is to go as far as possible. So, Ronaldo's been on the bench, but I think Ronaldo just cares about what's best for the team. I don't think Ronaldo cares about scoring lots of goals. I think Ronaldo wants to win for the team as well. I do want to get into some news, people. I thought we might as well discuss the news. I was hoping to do a bit of a tier list at halftime, but it's just disappeared. I think it's crazy Real Madrid is spending that much money on a 16-year-old. But if I get the news up here, we will discuss further news on my thing. I just thought this was quite funny. This is Ten Hag. They're actually having a little bit beef. This is a friendly, and him and Ten Hag are losing it. Absolutely having beef up in the friendly there, people. Not sure why, but that is my manager, Mr. Erik Ten Hag. You got to love him as well. But people. This is obviously the news on Romano. United are still in talks with Cody Gakpo. United still looking in there. Kobe Mainoo on. I'd like to see Kobe Mainoo on as well. He's an absolute baller. Kobe. I think out of all the people, I think Kobe Mainoo is someone I'd probably be most excited to watch next. I'll be honest. Let's actually rate the performance. So let's go back to SofaScore and give the players all a rating out of 10, and then I'll do a Q&A in the live chat. So we're going to head back to SofaScore now, people, and we're going to do the show more. So let's go and rate all these players out of 10. Okay, let's actually be honest about the performance. Martin Dubravka 6, just meh. Conceded 2 goals. Didn't really do anything, but I'll just give him a 6. Wan-Bissaka has been a 5. Victor Lindelof's been a 5. Telemengi's been a 5, and Brandon Williams has been a 5. None of the defence has been good. Scott McTominay has been a 5. Donny van der Beek has been a 5. Zidane Iqbal been a 6 or a 7. Anthony Alanga been a 5. You could argue a 4 because whenever Alanga gets the ball, nothing happens. Garnacho will give a 6-2 when he gets the ball. He looks to make things happen. Martial will give a 6-2. Martial, Iqbal, and Garnacho, the only players I'll be giving a 6-2 today. The rest of them below average par. Alanga just does nothing on the ball. Fullbacks are absolutely awful. Yeah, that is the case. And look, unfortunately, this is the team that might be playing against Burnley. But depending on who's back, Eriksen will probably be back in time for the Burnley game. We'll obviously have Sancho instead of Alanga. Probably Eriksen instead of Donny or Iqbal. But it's not great. It's not great. We don't have Varane. We don't have Martinez. We don't have Maguire even. We miss Malacia. We miss Luke Shaw. We miss Stilo. Look at the depth in defence. It's horrific. This is why Ten Hag is asking for a right back, because Brandon Williams and Wan-Bissaka, they're just not it. They're just not it as well. Iqbal's been decent as well. Alanga just super negative. Gerrard on for Wan-Bissaka. I'd honestly do that at this rate as well. And United just not at their best so far. They're not. I think we might come out in the second half. I'd like to see Mainoo and Gerrard on as well. I don't see Felix coming to United, but who knows? I think Felix is desperate to leave Real Madrid. There's rumours going on that Felix is in talks with Aston Villa. So if Felix would want to go to Aston Villa, I think he'd want to go to United. The question is, will United pay the money for Felix? I doubt it as well. Garnacho's been having to play right wing to accommodate Alanga. And even though Garnacho's been out of position, he's been better than Alanga. He's been really, really poor as well. Ten Hag's talking about the Barcelona game and saying it's a massive game. When is the Barcelona game? That must be February, right? That Barcelona game will be a tough one as well. But, 2-1 down at half-time. Not great. The positive has to be Iqbal. The other positive has to be Garnacho, but it is mostly negatives as well. Defence is, we've got no depth in defence. This is why we need a right back. I always see you on TikTok and I like your voice. Thank you, Lars. It is good practice for the youngsters exactly as well, especially because they've got a chance to prove themselves. I think Mainoo Savage will come on as well. Difficult to give anyone over 6, maybe Martial. Yeah, it's difficult. You know what? I'm worried. I'm so scared, watching Martial that's going to get injured. Wait, Felix, he plays for Real Madrid. Felix plays for Atletico Madrid. João Felix wants to leave Atletico Madrid. The owners confirmed that João Felix will be allowed to leave in January because he wants to go. João Felix is confirmed publicly. He wants to go. Apparently, it's between United, Chelsea, and PSG for João Felix. But there's also reports. All of a sudden, there were reports yesterday that Aston Villa are really close to agreeing a deal for João Felix. So if it's true that he's close to Aston Villa, then surely United could swoop in and get him. The thing is, Atletico Madrid want to get 100 million euros because they spent 100 million on him. But I think Atletico Madrid have realised they're probably not going to get anywhere near that kind of money for Felix. And I know if Felix is available on loan, Man United will do the loan deal. But I think if we've got to pay money to get Felix, I don't think United will. Maybe they'll do a loan to buy, but I don't see United spending large amounts of money. I think maybe if they're going to spend money, it'll be on Gakpo because we know that's Ten Hag's priority and who Erik Ten Hag really wants. Please do smash that like button, people, and of course subscribe down below if you're new. 5 minutes until the second half kicks off as well, so we will get into some news. Felix to Aston Villa will be mad. No offense to Aston Villa, but João Felix could. I know he's not been in his best form, but João Felix could do a lot better than Aston Villa. A lot better. And it's come from a decent source saying that João Felix is going to go to Aston Villa as well, which I think is crazy. It's an actual decent source is linking João Felix to Aston Villa. So I do sit there and go, oh, that's quite mad, But I don't think it will happen. I'd be very, very shocked if João Felix ended up at Aston Villa. I'd be very, very shocked. I just think that surely there's going to be better teams than Aston Villa and Felix. But maybe Felix just wants guaranteed game time because he's not starting at Madrid. Maybe Felix is in that kind of position where he'd just do anything if it meant guaranteed game time. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting one as well. Not been super impressed with Felix in the World Cup so far. Definitely not 100 million. If he was 50 million, I'd get him, but I wouldn't spend any more than 50 million on him as well. And did we see Ten Hag get mad at the fourth official? Ten Hag is really feeding it as well. Latest on the Glazers, the club is for sale. They're negotiating the sale of the club, but they're not releasing who they're negotiating the sale of the club with as well. Gaz says, do smash that like button. Tyrone Mings swap deal for Felix. Imagine, deal of the century. And 86 likes away from 200 likes. And Unai Emery at phone if Felix goes to Aston Villa. If Unai Emery gets João Felix, fair fucking play. But I do think that maybe Aston Villa are in for João Felix now, but I think there will be other clubs in for João Felix. And we know United are one of them. We know United are in for João Felix. We just don't know if United will pay the money to get João Felix. And I think if United are willing to pay the money to get João Felix, we'll beat Aston Villa to him. But I think there will be lots of teams in for João Felix. It's difficult with João Felix and Gakpo because they're both two really good players, but they're both two players that Gakpo's in the best form of his career. João Felix isn't, but João Felix is highly regarded. There will be competition, and United, as slow as it is in the transfer market, when there's competition, United struggle because we take our time. We don't want to spend the money, and that's the one thing. Because there's competition for Gakpo now, his price is going to go up. Will United stall it? That's the question as well. Keep smashing the likes, people, and of course, subscribe down below if you're new. Let me know in the chat. Would you rather get João Felix or Gakpo at Manchester United? Do let me know down below as well. What do you think about the Holland squad? I think they could beat Argentina. I think they could beat Argentina. I think Argentina are the better team, but I think Argentina, you see glimpses of what Argentina can do, but they've not been as convincing as someone like Portugal and Brazil. I thought we'd see a bit more from Argentina. So I do think, especially Louis van Gaal, we know what Louis van Gaal is like. He's that kind of manager that can just get a team on the break. I wouldn't be surprised if the Netherlands beat Argentina because they scored a brilliant goal on the break. I wouldn't be surprised if Netherlands-Argentina is dominate. Argentina dominate. Messi's absolutely fantastic. They create like 50 chances. Defensive masterclass. All of a sudden, nothing out of nowhere, Gakpo scores and wins it for Netherlands out of nowhere on the break. But I really wouldn't be the tiniest bit shocked if the Netherlands did get a result versus Argentina. They are a very, very good side. And I think, Van Gaal counter-attack. And Argentina's defence is a little bit suspect as well. However, Argentina were the team I thought would win the World Cup. They were 35 games unbeaten before the World Cup. But Saudi Arabia turned them over as well. If Lissandro plays, Netherlands will lose. If not, they will win. You know what? My thought process is if Lissandro plays, I hope Argentina win, and I think Argentina will win. But if Lissandro doesn't play, I'm all for the Netherlands. For me, I always support the team with the most United players in. And if Malacia starts, I'm Team Netherlands. If Lissandro starts, I'm Team Argentina. Daniel said he thinks 2-2 and Netherlands will win on penalties. There's a part of me that thinks Argentina will win, if I'm being honest. So I would probably predict Argentina-Netherlands 2-1 Argentina. But there's a small part of me that I wouldn't be shocked if Netherlands won. I think Argentina will win, but Louis van Gaal, I wouldn't be shocked. Louis van Gaal is so funny. Louis van Gaal's army and Mike Smalling. And I remember, what game was it when Louis van Gaal fell over to imitate a dive? Louis van Gaal, in terms of character, was my favourite post-Sir Alex Ferguson manager. Like, Ten Hag's definitely my favourite post-Sir Alex Ferguson manager, and I know it's early, but in terms of character, Louis van Gaal, he was a funny guy as well. Getting both Gakpo and Felix and Jan would make a statement. It would, you're absolutely spot on, but you know what United are like. And if Netherlands win, then Gakpo will get more expensive. That is the downside as well. And don't play butcher. Argentina don't win. Yeah, I almost want Argentina to get knocked out and Martinez to be rested and come back in time for the Burnley game. Yeah, we've been talking about Zidane, Iqbal, and how good he's been. He's been absolutely brilliant as well. Against Arsenal, he fell over. And Louis van Gaal was a character. He was. Louis van Gaal, Derby. He was the best. Steve reckons 0-0, Holland win on penalties. You know what? Netherlands don't score a lot of goals. They are quite boring side. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 0-0, 1-1, if I'm being honest. I think England-France will be an exciting game, but I do think the most exciting game will be Brazil-Croatia out of the quarterfinals. I reckon that's going to be a game with a lot of goals. I watched Croatia and they've got goals in them, and we all know Brazil have got goals in them. The second half is going to kick off in about 1 minute, people, so keep smashing the like button as well. United really weighing their options. It's between Unai Simon, Diego Costa, and Jan Oblak. I go Diogo Costa. I don't like the other two. I don't rate them that highly. I think Oblak was very good, but I think he's past it. And I think that Unai Simon, I don't think he's that good. You know what? I understand why De Gea doesn't start for Spain. I do understand why De Gea doesn't start for Spain. They want a keeper that's good with their feet, the way they play. But I can't understand how Spain could call up 5 goalkeepers, one be Kepa as a Rabaga, and not De Gea. Like, how can Spain call up 5 goalkeepers for De Gea? And Spain have basically told De Gea he's retired from international duty, which I don't get. De Gea has never retired from international duty, and he's just waiting to be called back. And Spain are acting as if he's retired. And I just think, okay, you don't have to start De Gea, but he should have definitely gone with that Spain squad. I'm sorry, like, he's better than some of the people Spain brought. Portugal, Brazil in the final would be mad. It would be. This is my theory, okay? This is my World Cup theory. I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if Portugal and Argentina get some dodgy penalties and some dodgy VAR calls and some dodgy refereeing. Because all I think Qatar want is a Portugal-Argentina final. I think that's all that Qatar want. Oblak, more of a traditional old-school stopper anyway. Didn't get those recent things to exactly. It doesn't make sense as well. And they're basically horror memories after the shocking World Cup. De Gea did have a shocking World Cup in 2018. But I will say I wouldn't be surprised if the referees are getting paid to go a bit Portugal's way or Argentina's way. I think Qatar would love a Messi-Ronaldo World Cup final. I think it could go that way. It's definitely possible as well. My phone is absolutely going off. The second half is kicking off. Who's coming on? Are we making any substitutes? I don't think we are. No, we have made substitutes. We've got 57 and 60. We've made subs, I think. I'm not sure if I think we've made 2 substitutes. Let's have a look. I'm trying to figure out who the second half lineup is. It's Man United have made a lot of changes. So apparently 6 of the new lineup is part of our Youth Cup campaign. I see Charlie Savage, Mark Gerardo. I'm going to get the match back up, people. One sec. Gerardo's at right back, who I was saying I think could be better than Wan-Bissaka at this rate. I'm just trying to have a see if I can get the second half lineup up, people, for you guys. Has anyone stayed on? I don't think anyone stayed on. It's a complete 11 of academy players. The second half is the Youth Cup team. It's literally the Youth Cup team. Gerardo, Kobe Mainoo is the exciting thing to do. So at least we get to see Kobe Mainoo. So the second half is Dubravka in goal. Gerardo at right back, Fredrickson and Bernard at centre back, Murray at left back, Savage, Mainoo, Schulatiri midfield 3, with Hansen, Aaron, Emeran and McNeil up front. No Joe Hugo though. That is the lineup, people. It is basically the under 21 11. It's our academy 11. Gerardo I've always liked. He came from Barcelona. Mainoo and McNeil are probably the two most exciting players on the pitch. If De Jong is still a problem in the summer, then United need to get Milinkovic-Savic or Brea. Yeah, potentially. I think there's some younger players out there that we should look at, but I do agree. You do need a midfielder. What I'll do is, one sec, I'll get the lineup up for you people. So this is the lineup here. If I just make that bigger. So let me get this up. This is the reported lineup for the second half. So Mainoo, Schulatiri, Savage midfield 3. And I think they're the 3 we know. So yeah, Tenor definitely trying to get some rest in there, isn't he? Definitely trying to get some rest in, but we'll get rid of that and we'll get the match back up. But that is the lineup we're going to be watching for the second half. So glory, Manchester fucking United. There's a lot of changes. Hopefully they can get some goals, these players. Gerardo, Mainoo. Oh, I was just talking about Kobe Mainoo. I was just talking about him. I tell you, Kobe Mainoo is the most exciting player in the United Academy since Garnacho. Kobe Mainoo, whatever you want to call him. I've been talking about this guy for a year. He is a midfielder, but there's something in him. There's something in this guy. He's just a different gravy. He's one of them players I can see playing for United soon. Bit of lucky deflection, but it's 2-2 people from 2-0 behind. We're 2-2. We might win the game. Oh, I'm so tired, people. Kobe Mainoo is only 17. You're so young. Schulatiri, I think, is playing on the right. Hansen Aaron as a 10. McNeil up front. And then Kobe Mainoo's playing a bit deeper with Charlie Savage, I believe. But Kobe Mainoo gives me like Pogba vibes. He really does. He really does give me Pogba vibes. 2-2 people, let's go. I think Ziyech doesn't fit in the Man United team. I don't see why we go for Ziyech when we've got Bruno. I think they're very similar profile of players. I think signing Anthony, a left-footed right winger, for 100 million and getting Bruno, it doesn't really make much sense for United to then go and decide they're going to get Ziyech. I don't think United decided Ziyech's logical. I don't think we'll sign Ziyech. I just think it was a page filler. A lot of the news coming out is repeated or made up because they're looking to fill the pages. One sec. Oh, penalty! Is that another penalty? Ones that people. That was good. The academy players have been playing well. I'll tell you that now. Pogba fused with Mukulele. That is a good way to describe Kobe Mainoo. It's a bit of Pogba with a bit of Mukulele in there. He for me, I was talking about Garnacho a lot. The two players I've been talking about in the academy for a while are Garnacho and Mainoo. Because they're the two players. I watch a lot of the academy. I do, and they were the two players that they stood out for me so much in the Youth Cup last season and that. United should go on and win this surely. I mean, 2-0 down, we've made it 2-2. The confidence this will bring as well, as Steve says, what a comeback. Hopefully, we can win this 3-2. Alice, it looks like you come from Hogwarts. Yeah. The youth team will win the game for us. I think they will, actually. And the academy players seem to be stepping up. These academy players are going to be desperate to impress Ten Hag. The likes of Kobe Mainoo, Zidane Iqbal is a good player and he can't get in. But Kobe Mainoo will be like, look, I see what happened with Garnacho. I want to get in the United lineup as well. Oh. Good defending. Good defending. I tell you what, our youth academy defence seems to be better than bloody Lindelof, Brandon Williams, and Wan-Bissaka. The under 21 seems to be better than our first team when it comes to defending. I tell you what, our first team defending skills in that first half were absolutely dreadful. Our first team could not defend to save their lives. I'll tell you that. The stadium is pretty busy. For a little pre-season game, which is mostly Man United Youth Academy players, it's been a good turnout. So you've got to give it, but that is the Man United effect. I mean, Cadiz have got good fans, but it is the Man United effect, isn't it? I'm watching from Sierra Leone. Oh, nice. Let me know in the chat, whereabouts are you watching from? What I love about Man United is I think we have got the most globally diverse fan base, because I get a lot of people saying they're watching from like Zambia, Kenya, a lot from India, Indonesia, US. I say the only place we don't get loads is South America, but I guess South America, they'll probably support like the Spanish teams or the Argentinian, Brazilian teams, but we get a lot of African, Asian fans, don't we, United? And US fans. But I don't know many people from South America that support United. Oh, here comes United on the attack here. Shulatiri wins it. Foul? Ref says no. I thought that was a foul, but ref said no. People from the US, South Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya. I'm watching from Zambia. Go, Man U. Yeah. We've got a massive fan base in like Zambia, Kenya, Namibia, South Africa. It's the Premier League. For those of you in Africa, watching in Africa, question for you. Is the Premier League the biggest league in Africa? Like, is the Premier League bigger than La Liga? Is there like, I'm assuming like Man U and Real Madrid are the biggest teams out there, but it's like the Premier League the biggest league over in Africa? Jamaica. Because everyone I know from Africa seems to support Premier League teams normally, and the odd one will be like Real Madrid. Yeah, everyone's saying, yeah, Premier League's biggest in Africa. I think the Premier League is the best league. I think La Liga had Messi versus Ronaldo rivalry for all those years, which kind of pumped La Liga up. And, that Barcelona side that won the Champions League is one of the best sides of all time. But I think the Premier League is probably the biggest league in the world. Lars says he likes the Premier League. The Premier's biggest league in the world. He likes it more than the Dutch league. I do think the Premier's the biggest league in the world because you've got the top six and you've got clubs like Newcastle and West Ham that, aren't even in your top six, but they would get in the top six in any other league. I mean, Newcastle could get in the top four. I mean, the Premier League's just a different level, whereas you've got so many teams that have a lot of money. And I think that the big thing about the Premier League is you see these managers that are managing 5th, 6th place La Liga teams going to Wolves and going to Aston Villa. EPL most watched league in Africa. Yeah. I know the Premier League is the most watched league in Africa and Asia then. So I know it's the most watched in Asia. Oh, nearly that for Cadiz. Who scored the second for United? Kobe Mainoo, but it was deflected. So the first was a Martial penalty and the second was a Mainoo deflected goal. I am from Kenya. I love the Premier League more than La Liga, and a Man United support. Nice. Let's go United. A fan from Sakala watching in Zambia. The PL is where the most money is now, especially in terms of broadcasting, right? Spread throughout all teams, yeah. I could say like the lower Premier League teams have a lot more money than the lower teams in other leagues as well. I think there's just so much money in it. It's easily the most broadcasted. And I've always said this is why United will have no problem finding new owners, because they're the biggest club in the biggest league in the world. You know, Barcelona and Real Madrid are bigger clubs than United, but you know the Premier League is the biggest league in the world, and you could be owning the biggest club, which is at the end of the day going to get the most views. So if you're a new owner, I think that United will not be short on new owners at all. I am a little bit on the tired side. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I think it's like I had a big dinner before I went live, and a lot of the times I just have a snack before I go live and then eat a big dinner after, but I always get tired after I eat. Man U, biggest team in England, have a lot of followers, even if they're not good. A lot of foreign people follow the Premier League teams. Not many follow Scottish like Rangers, so true. I don't really follow the Scottish League unless there's a Man United player on loan. Like Ahmad was at Rangers, although I do like the Europa League, so I watched a bit of Rangers in the Europa League and watched it to see if Ahmad played. But there's a player at Celtic called the one that went from MP Dons. He called like Matt O'Reilly or something that I want to keep an eye on. Daniel shattered as well. The Premier League at Man United and Chelsea is shit. I mean, Man United and Chelsea haven't been at their best the last few years. But I think the prime Premier League time was Man United-Arsenal rivalry. When I was really young, I'm talking like this is my earliest memory of football, because really it was Man U, Chelsea, because Arsenal kind of fizzled out mid-2000s. But I remember the Wenger-Fergie days, like growing up. Oh, it's 3-2. It's offside. Surely that's offside. Surely that's offside. Cadiz lead, but that's surely offside. Surely offside. Let me have a look at this. If Apple buy United, Old Trafford will be known as Apple Trafford. Yeah. I think it'll be called I Trafford, to be fair. But best Premier League year was the Arsenal United rivalry. And surely he's just offside. VAR would. I feel like, to be fair, it's a tough one. I feel like VAR would maybe be offside. I don't know. Is that offside or not? Premier League is the most watched league in the world. Yeah. I Trafford sounds cool. I'd probably not follow the Scottish League if I wasn't from them. I do follow Edinburgh Derby, Hibs, Hearts, Dundee. I only watch the odd bit of Celtic and Rangers, but not really. It's more when they're in Europe. Apple takeover is needed. I'm watching Ten Hag since he went to Ajax. I like to see him managing Manchester United. I like the journey. Yeah. I've always loved Ten Hag. There's a video clip of me, and it would have been when, was it Mourinho was in charge or maybe Ollie? I went to watch Man United Aston Villa in, I think, 2018 or 2019. It came up on my memories, actually, the other day. It would have been 4 years ago. I had a memory of me at Old Trafford. It was 3-4 years ago today. I can't remember. And it was Villa. And I did an interview for some fan channel outside the stadium. This was before I did YouTube. And Ollie was manager, and Ollie had just lost to someone at the time. Ollie was very new. This was Ollie's first full season. This was before we signed Bruno Fernandes. And I said I would really like the Ten Hag guy at Ajax and what he's building. He's the man I keep an eye on. He's my ideal next owner to replace Ollie. Fast forward 3 years, he's actually Man United owner, which is crazy. But I've been talking about Ten Hag for a while. I do really like him. I said, it's between Poch and Ten Hag, but I think Ten Hag pips it for me. We'd have the best technology if Apple buys. Yeah, something that Ronaldo said, we don't have good technology. Other leagues, the biggest clubs take most of the broadcasting revenue. Spain, especially. Premier League, it spreads fairly. It does, to be fair, compared to other leagues. I wish Apple buys a team. See, Apple have the money, but you don't know what their intentions are. Like, will they know how to manage? Like, they've got all the money, but will they know how to spend the money to manage United? I'm sure. I mean, I just want anyone that's not the greatest in this rate, and I wouldn't complain with Apple. But I want who's got the most money, which is Apple. But I also want to make sure when Apple buy United that they would know what they were doing. Do they know how to manage a club the size of United? How to own a club the size of United, if you get me? Glory, glory, Man United. Glory. Oh, lovely from Gerardo, that. I do really like the Gerardo guy. I can't believe we're 3-2 down, people. We're 3-2 down. No. There we go. Saved. Glory, glory. I'm going to have to change the score to 3-2 because I forgot that goal counted. 60 minutes played, people. Jess, why is Jess mad? Ten Hag, it's best thing since Sir Alex, I agree. Any updates on new owners? I'll talk about them on my live tomorrow. Nothing major, just sort of who's interested in United, and there are stuff ongoing, but it's all quiet. Regardless of the score, Man United did well, says Steve. Yeah, we're doing all right. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if we lose because this is just a game full of academy players, and I think it's, it's just nice to see them play and get some minutes. I don't think the match is about the score anymore, but it'd be nice to win. It'd be nice to get some goals. And this is good here, McNeil. Oh, can't quite play it in. Mainoo's goal. I don't get why people are laughing at us for being 3-2 down. The game isn't even over yet. And it's literally a friendly with academy players. The thing that's worrying is Elanga seemed to struggle that first half. Apparently, Raheem Sterling is considering rejoining the England camp after flying home to attend a burger at his Surrey home. He might come back, which would be nice for him. Yeah, I don't get why people are mad over a friendly. I mean, to criticise them, some of the players weren't great. Oh, nearly. There's something about Zidane, Iqbal, though, isn't there? He's good. It's good. The score is 3-2 Manchester United. Gerardo's a baller. I've been talking about this guy. He is. We signed him for Barcelona. He's someone I think got potential to go far. Why were all the managers arguing half time? Who knows? Tension is getting to them. It's quite funny, that bit. We are on 54,250 subscribers, people. So do subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will be live tomorrow evening as well. There might be a video tomorrow if there's any news, but if not, there will definitely be a live tomorrow evening. I'll probably be live about 6:30, 7 tomorrow evening. I've been going live a lot at 6 p.m, but I think I'll probably do it because there's no World Cup game tomorrow. I'll probably go back to my usual 7 p.m. live stream time. Man United deal with that fine. Deschamps Bernard feels like it's been around for a while. I feel like it's been around for a really long time. Bernard, or am I getting them mixed up with someone? I'm more excited for the Betis game at the weekend. I think the Betis game will be interesting. Kobe Mainoo, good that. United lose the ball here. You can tell, yeah, the Spanish team's more experienced than us. You can tell we lack experience. Like, this is our academy versus their main team. But this is good experience for our academy, if anything. Oh. Ooh. Good that. Any news about Greenwood? His court thing is until November 2023. So we ain't going to be hearing about him for 11 months, to tell you that. Unless something dramatic happens, we won't be hearing about him for 11 months. Need to loan more of the promising youth lads out in Jan. Can't have a player of Bernard's age still at the academy. Yeah, he's been around for ages. Everyone knows that Ten Hag likes young players in Ajax. He lets so many youngsters make their debut. The youngsters on the pitch today will surely know that exactly. Really good point there. We've seen Garnacho start to play a little bit under Ten Hag. We know that Zidane Iqbal took a liking to, but we've not seen him a lot. He's given a few minutes out to youngsters, but Garnacho's the only significant one because Elanga was really ragging it. But I think, yeah. I think as well, these players know that Ten Hag is going to give them a chance if they really impress him. Like, I think a lot of these youngsters will know that as well. Well, that's why they're really trying in this game. If we can rotate our team, then manage to score 2 goals, then we are moving right in the right direction. You've got to think of the opposition. Would we be scoring 2 goals against Chelsea right now? But I think this is about getting these players as fit as they can for Burnley, because most of these players, and maybe Ericsson or one other added, will be at Burnley. It's annoying, that Burnley game, because it basically, if any of our players get knocked out in the next round of the World Cup, they'll be about for Burnley. But anyone who makes the semi-final or final, I don't think they'll be able to play Burnley, because that would give them, once they come back, like 3 days, something like that. McNeil was playing. I'm surprised Hugo wasn't playing. I think Man United still have. I think Man United have the most amount of players still at the World Cup now, which is good, but it's also not good. It's almost like for club. It's good that all our players are doing so well at the World Cup, but it would be better for us if they almost come. If their teams all got knocked out and they're all back now, so then we could just prepare. I think it'll be interesting to see how they adapt from the World Cup. You know, I feel like some of them will need a bit of rest. I'm worried that some of them might drop off after the World Cup or be exhausted. But do they need a break? Glory, glory, Man United. 66 minutes have been played. Hansen. I reckon Norway are going to be a team for the future. They've got Odegaard and Haaland, which are the 2 kind of big guys at Norway. But they've got a few young players like Hansen in the United Academy. If they reach potential, Norway, I think, could be a team that maybe make the next World Cup. Sweden didn't make this World Cup, but they made the last one. Everyone said Denmark were going to be the dark horse of the World Cup, and they went, World Cup, World Cup. I tell you what, Speed's World Cup song is the most catchy. I don't even know. Is there an actual World Cup song? Like, I remember Samina Mina, Waka Waka. That one was so catchy. Waving flag, my way. Like, those ones. South Africa had the best songs for the World Cup. All those songs are so catchy. I remember watching England in the fucking South Africa World Cup. Disappointment. Been 10 in South Africa World Cup. I'd have been getting like my snacks like Pringles and stuff to watch the game and see England absolutely bum out the World Cup as always, because that's what England did. Yeah, I completely forgot. Saturday, I'll be doing a watch along to United Betis, and then we'll have England France. Madness. We are still 3-2 down, people, but Saturday, I have so much work to do Saturday. Trust there to be 2 World Cup games and the Man United game the day I need to do some productive work. Who cares? Who cares? We'll figure it out on Sunday. Savage there. Come on, United. Just writing down something I need to do, actually. So player down injured for Cadiz. Shakira's first World Cup song was okay. Samina Mina, that one I was getting stuck. Daniel's watching stopwatch charting. Morocco win the World Cup. I don't think they'll win it, but they could shock Portugal. I don't think they'll win it, but I think Morocco, they could definitely do something crazy. You never know. Casemiro likely need an extended rest. He's been brilliant. Yeah, I think people that make the final will need an extended rest, especially the ones that play a lot or the older ones. Like Eriksen, I'm glad almost got knocked out because I think he needs this little rest period that he's getting. I think Bruno will need a bit of a rest period as well because he's going to be playing almost every game when back because he's so vital. I think Bruno, Casemiro, and Eriksen are 3 players that are going to be playing a lot for United that I would be looking to give them as much rest as possible. Lissandro's not playing loads for Argentina, so that's all right. Anthony's, he's playing a bit, but not loads. Maguire, Luke Shaw. Maguire will probably be back on the bench, so it's fine. Luke Shaw might need a rest. Rashford, he doesn't start every game, so he should be okay. Samina, waka, waka, 70 minutes played, people. It's still 3-2 Cadiz, and one of them's injured, so the game's been going really slow. Erik ten Hag spoke about the Barcelona game and said he's looking forward to it. He said there's a lot of games coming up, but he is focused on it. The media won't show this because they have to show Ronaldo as an arrogant person. What's this? I just seen a video come up on Twitter. At Ronaldo taking pictures of people. Yeah, it's sad that the media only show the negative side of Ronaldo. I think Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, France. They'll be the 4 semi-finalists. I don't think we'll beat France. I'd love us to. I don't think we will. Do you think Portugal will win? I think it's possible. I think any team left in it can obviously win it, but I think Brazil are the favourites. I think whoever wins that semi-final that Brazil were meant to be in. The world thing is, a knockout tournament's always full of shocks. You never know. England could win it. You never know. Portugal has goals in them, like Spain. They'll see Morocco out. True. Portugal do have goals in them. I do think Portugal will beat Morocco. Morocco are very solid defensively, but I do think Portugal will win that game. And I think Brazil will beat Croatia. I think Argentina will beat Netherlands, and I think France, unfortunately, will beat England just because they've got that experience over us. If England beat France, I'm going to be convincing myself it can come home, even though we'd have to play the winner of Morocco-Portugal. I'm still convincing myself it'll come home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming. I have lovely from Emma in there. United ball in the box. I'd like to get a 3rd goal here. Kobe Mainoo, penalty. That was a massive dive. That's a penalty. Ref. The Mainoo one was a bit of a dive. I reckon we could have got a penalty there. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming. Football's coming on. One second, one. Oh, Gerardo's done well there. Gerardo's impressed me. Yeah, it really has. Portugal beat Morocco. I don't think Croatia will win. The police and masses of women in Qatar are very relaxed and safe because there's no alcohol. I think there's obviously all this uproar about the World Cup being in Qatar, but I always say the alcohol thing. I don't get the uproar about that. That is just the alcohol and covering up is respecting religious belief. I think it's not a bad thing they've banned alcohol. I know it's a big part of the World Cup, but I think banning alcohol isn't the end of the world. I think it makes it a lot nicer environment. It's a shame that there's poor treatment of LGBT people and migrant workers and stuff. That's the real problem. But I don't know why the media spent a week banging on about the alcohol. I actually think it's done Qatar some favours because I do think there'll be some frats when there's alcohol in them. Because I tell you what, people just idiot with alcohol in them. Someone, random person, no idea who they are. I was in the queue for a taxi, and after a night out, it would have been 3 a.m. And I got to the front of the taxi queue with my mates, and we were about to get in the taxi, and some random bloke, no idea who he is, comes up to me, and it's like, "Give me the taxi." He was off his face, really drunk. I said, "We've just been in the queue for this. Sorry, this is our taxi." Tries to budge in front and steal our taxi. Taxi driver ain't having any of it. Tells him to F off. And this drunk guy just comes up to me and my friends. He just pushes us all on the floor like this. I decked it down. Just people stupidly aggressive and idiotic with a few drinks in them. I was like, if he maybe asked politely for the taxi, I'd have been like, "Where are you going? Do you want to hop in?" If you're going in our direction. But he was a knob. And he could have just waited 5 minutes for the next taxi. Ugh. Was it Philip Schofield? He does like to skip queues. Those memes of Phil and Holly were funny. Like, I didn't think it was that deep, them actually skipping the queue, and everyone was making like the biggest deal out of it. But it was the memes that were brilliant. And I was sad that Japan lost by penalties. Japan did really well. People have been sneaking vodka into grounds. I feel like if people do sneak alcohol, they're not too strict. You know, a lot of people have snuck alcohol, and I personally just wouldn't. I don't really drink alcohol when I watch football. Like, I don't need to. It doesn't really bother me. Like, I'm not a big alcohol person anyway. Like, I do alcohol if I'm out with a few friends and it's a social side, but I don't really. I could easily go like a month or two without alcohol watching football. All right, Man United on the ball here. Hopefully a goal for United would be nice. Get 3-3 would be nice. Well, I say that. 4-2. Dubravka's shit, isn't he? Dubravka really is shit. I tell you that. 4-2. It's disappointing, but I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Just because, you know, just disappointing. Yeah, not great from United, but it just disappointing, as I said. It would have been, just wasn't great. Just wasn't great. Mistake by Savage, and it's 4-2. Yeah, United aren't great. You don't need alcohol, it's poison. Exactly. Alcohol's alright in a large social setting, but I feel like it's something I could never do every day because you feel so shit after. I feel like it's quite easy to live without. I'll believe a 4-2 down, people. You fans say my name. Fucking football goals. I can't believe a 4-2 down. It's annoying, but it's just a young, unexperienced team, doesn't play together, academy. It's not the be all and end all. If we can get another goal, that'd be nice. No, just 4-3. I just want to see a goal. Is it my last year at uni? Yes. Which I'm happy and sad for, because my first year it was basically all online because of COVID. So there's a part of me that almost wishes I had one more year because I missed out on the full first year. But then there's another part of me that's just happy to finish because I don't enjoy assignments. So yeah, final year. But final year is always the most work, which is annoying. Like, I can feel it. Like, first year I did no work. Like, and until like the day before something was due, I was like, okay, I'm gonna ban it, and that was fine. But the last year I've actually had to do work. I started in 2020 September, so I've been there just over 2 years. I'm in my third and final year. Mainoo. United passing it around quite nice here, but you can just tell we lack that experience. That was good. Shulatiri on the ball. We've not seen Shulatiri that much lately. Ollie used to play him a bit. We're just really struggling on the counter here. Well defended there. But yeah, we're struggling against their press. You can just tell we're not as experienced as them. So I was having any signed United shirts. I wish I had one. Been to United voice. Nothing signed. Nothing signed. I have football boots signed by Diego Jota, weirdly. That's because I won them. But nothing United signed, actually. You can buy signed United shirts. There's some guy who gets signatures off United players a lot and then sells them for people. You can actually get signed shit. Oh, lovely play. We keep falling over when we get I don't know, they're just more physical than us. You can tell the youth academy's not as physical. Every time we get the ball, we're just falling over. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming. Football's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming. Football's coming home. Do, 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 do. Yeah, the counter there. I do worry they're going to make it 5-0 Cadiz. I do worry. Goals. The counter attack Cadiz is just, yeah, very good. There will be a video up at 10:30 tonight, people. Do not worry. We got one more friendly left. Who's this weirdo in the chat? Put user block. 69mega.com. Strange people. Diego Jota's a border. Viva Messi. Viva Ronaldo. I went to college, but I never really had what it takes to go to uni. Don't really know what I wanted to do for a career. I only went to uni because I wanted to save 3 years of time. So I applied for uni when I was in 6th form, and then I was like, I don't want to go to uni. So then I did a gap year, and I just did like coaching and sports coaching stuff in my gap year. Then COVID happened, and then I was like, well, there's no real jobs for me to do because I was doing coaching in my gap year. I was like, I'm not doing anything. So I started YouTube, obviously. So I was like, fuck it. I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to go to uni. It gives me 3 years to figure it out. That was the whole thought process. I think people either go to uni if they're really career-driven, intellect, like motivated, like I want to be law, I want to be a doctor, or they're like me and they're like, I need 3 years to figure out what I want to do. Shulatiri hasn't really impressed me since debut. Iqbal looks good though. I agree, Mainoo as well. Iqbal, Mainoo, and Gerardo are the academy players that have impressed me the most. And Alanga again has been really disappointing. Alanga's not been great lately, has he? Alice needs her own business. I kind of have my own business, but not really. I do and I don't. I don't focus on it like as much as I should. I was at Footballers 2 once and got a trophy off Bobby Charlton. If that's any good, that's pretty cool. I'd be an amazing football manager. I don't know. I don't know what I'd be like as a manager because it's like control. There's so much to it. I've got no experience. I'd love to do it. Like I'd almost love to be United manager, but I don't have the confidence to think I would be like the ideal person. Yeah, we've not really done anything since the second half goal. I'll be honest with you guys. Pissed out a bit, but it's not the end of the world. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming. Football's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. Yeah, we haven't seen Charlotte but Neil really touch the ball. We've not touched the ball in this hat, which is unfortunate. Just coming to Portugal, probably. Alice giving out the hair dry to you. And I tell you what, if I was managing United last season, they would have fucking got it. Nottingham Forest next home game, got to be confident victory. I do think we'll win that one quite comfortably, but I do worry when, you know, players like Bruno and Casemiro, who are so important to the team, could be in the final. Kylian Mbappe running in on Maguire's giving me nightmares, says Diego. It's going to be a bit worrying, that one. And Mbappe is, 5 minutes left, people. A nice goal, make it 4-3 would be nice from United. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, eh? It's coming home. It's home. If we beat France, I'm full on convincing myself it's coming home, and I do apologise for that. But if we beat France, I'm actually gonna be gassed. Snapchat is going mad. I need to mute my phone, but I don't want to mute it and leave it on mute and then forget to turn it on. France 4-1 England, Mbappe hat-trick. I do think France will win, but I hope we win. Not sure why someone's having some spasm in the chat there. United playing it around here. Better. Oh, we're just losing the ball so easily. Kobe Mainoo. Yeah, he is special. Ronaldo spoke about the Al Nassr thing, but he said it's not true. And we went to Al Nassr. I don't know, there's a good source that said Ronaldo to Al Nassr's a done deal, but Ronaldo's saying it's not true, so who knows? Who knows? João could say it was the only way they didn't go and celebrate Portugal's first goal. Imagine if that was Ronaldo. Yeah, João just sat. João could say just sat there as Portugal scored the first goal. Didn't celebrate. France haven't totally hit top gear yet. The thing about France is the more they play, the better they get, and they have Mbappe and Dembele, which as a winger combination is so good. Like Dembele, when fit, he's a good player. I am very scared for France. I'll be honest. 3 minutes left, people. I think there'll be 2 minutes at a time. I think the second half has been quite slow. Fair play to Cadiz, though. They deserve the win. They've been good on the counter attack. As a United fan, there's nothing to be worried about or mad about. It's a bit slow from United, but it's a team where most of our players are at the World Cup. It's a team that hasn't played together. It's a team of youth players that are very unexperienced. I wouldn't be concerned in the slightest that we didn't win, or bothered in the slightest that we didn't win, if I'm being honest with you people. It is what it is, and we might get a goal now or two, you never know, we might make it 4-0. There's still a few minutes left, but it's we've seen some good performances, but it's very average. But we've got another pre-season against Real, friendly game against Real Betis coming up as well. But it was okay from United today. Disappointing. Would have liked us to have won, but they've got their strongest team almost, and we've basically got our reserves and academy, and we don't play together. And it's just getting rid of everyone already been prepared for Burnley. Apparently, England never faced France in a knockout stage of the World Cup. Saturday will be the first time. That's mad to think that. You'd think they would have, but they've not. Ronaldo's just waiting for his PR team to come up with a positive spin. I feel sorry for Ronaldo. I do think he gets too much negative media attention. I agree he should have left United, and I agree with better without him, but I think the media make him out to be some kind of villain. Oh, whipped in the cross there, but yeah, no. Cross whipped him, but United couldn't make anything of it. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. No stoppage time, so just basically a minute left. So it looks like it's going to be a L for United. I remember England plays Portugal. That is one of my earliest football memories. It would have been 6, but I actually do remember that really vividly. My phone is just popping off today. I swear, like, I literally had, this is the problem with me, is I either get 100 messages in the space of an hour or no messages in the space of 10 hours. It's not like everyone messages me at the same time. Like, I'll get no messages between like 12 and 5 o'clock. And then between about 7 and 9 o'clock, I'll have like 12, 13 people message me. And as soon as I'm live, everyone wants to get hold of me. Everyone's like, Alice, why don't you answer your phone? Why don't you answer your phone? Message me. Reply to me, Alice. Alice, I need this. As soon as I'm live. 2 minutes stoppages. Can we get a goal? One last goal. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not been good. It's not been good. Please do subscribe, people. There will be a video out at 10:30 tonight. We're doing a transfer update 10:30 tonight, so do subscribe for that as well. Gaz says, I like Moisey. Big up, Moisey. And Steve says, I do remember when England played France in UEFA Euro 2004, but they've not played each other many times after. True. I don't remember when we played France in UEFA 2004, because I'd have been like 3 or 4. The first World Cup I properly remember was South Africa, if I'll be honest. But I have few memories from the one before. Out of all the Man United players, who has that star quality, would I say? Garnacho, and Mainoo, Iqbal. They're the 3 that are different gravy for me. Those 3 for me. Liverpool set to sign Jude Bellingham. Once if Liverpool don't get top 4, do you think they'll get Jude Bellingham? I don't know. But that is full-time, people. United do lose 4-2. Billy says United in the mud. It's a pre-season friendly made up of literally all our academy players, McTominay and Martial. It's the academy, McTominay, Martial and Brandon Williams. It's not the end of the world that we lost. It's just nice to watch a bit of club football. It's nice to watch United again. I'd say like my overall thoughts on the game is, yeah, it's a little bit disappointing. It is a little bit disappointing. We lost 4-2. And, of course, I'd like us to win. I support United, but was the game all right? We got 2 goals. There was, we saw, glimpses, we saw good moments. It wasn't the best, but, what can you expect? They've got basically the whole first team. They're all organised. They're all experienced. They play together. We've got players who've never played together, who haven't played much this season. Like Brandon Williams hasn't played at all this season. Wan-Bissaka's played 4 minutes this season playing. So, there's obviously going to be a difference in fitness, sharpness, how they play as a team. But it's nice to see the academy players. Got to see Kobe, Mainoo, Zidane, Iqbal, who impressed me the most. Garnacho, yeah, impressive as always. So, yeah, all in all, not the end of the world. 4-2 loss. You know what? We saw 6 goals, so that's the positive, I guess. But, guys, please do smash that like button. If you are new, please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. We will have a video out about 10:30 tonight. We'll be doing a little bit of a transfer news update show and more at 10:30 tonight. So if you want to hear the latest on João Felix and Cody Gakpo, who have spoken about their moves, do subscribe for that. Thanks everyone for watching. Do smash the like button on the way out. See you next time. And yes, bye people.